for war in the first place. The School of Spirit Power sought to seize all techniques and instructions for crafting great artifacts for itself. More of a fool's, they. As defeat loomed and the school's edifices crumbled, Huang Lung decided to safeguard all knowledge in the one place beyond the reach of any Taoist, his personal inventory. Those were among the great secrets of a now defunct School of the Silver Heron. Huang Lung had resigned himself to the thought that these secrets would die with him, but heavens had granted him a shadow of an opportunity to right the wrongs. 6 days was the duration allotted by the emperor. If he was frugal enough, he might stretch the provisions to some 2 or 3 weeks. Then the inevitable end would come. The time granted needed to be utilized to its fullest potential. Huang Lung retrieved a tinder and flint from his personal inventory. Striking the stones several times, the old man managed to spark a flame. He had only 10 torches left. Never had he imagined he would live long enough to need them. The light had to be conserved. Of course, he could have used the lamp that had appeared nearby, but activating it required infusing power into a spirit stone. As a mere mortal, he was incapable of doing so now. Nor could he use the dozens of great artifacts he'd had to hide from his enemies in his personal inventory. They were but dead weight to him now. Looking around, Huang Lung nodded in satisfaction. Nothing had changed in the prison formation over the 30 years since its creation, except for a few more skeletons, all those unfortunates sent here to die of madness. The old man pulled several bookcases from his personal inventory and began filling them with scrolls of techniques and thick tomes describing artifact crafting, moving with haste. All the wisdom of the School of a Silver Heron, so coveted by Chen Feng, had fit into 6 bookcases. The prison formation had been fully activated, ensuring that no living being could enter this cave for the next 30 years. Neither a beast, nor human, nor a demon. Then again, there would hardly be demons in Tier 0. Chen Feng believed himself victorious. In 30 years, he would forget his old enemy and the secrets he'd held. Whoever would find this place was unlikely to belong to the School of Spirit Power. There was little there to be of interest to them in a zone as remote as Tier 0. Who could that person be? A hunter? A fugitive? An outcast? The nearest settlement was almost 30 miles away, surrounded by dense forests and formidable beasts. In reality, the chance of this cave being discovered was minimal. But one must never despair. As long as there was hope, the School of the Silver Heron lived, and Huang Lung, in the time remaining, would do everything in his power to preserve his knowledge. Tier 0. Those who lived here were just beginning their journey into the understanding of immortality and the energy of qi. Resources were not as plentiful as in the inner tiers, yet everything necessary to fulfill Huang Lung's plan could be found. The old man took out writing materials and sheets of paper reinforced with longevity spells and set up a desk. He began to write carefully. Greetings, seekers. This cave holds all the knowledge and secrets of the School of the Silver Heron, but before you use them, you must create a personal inventory. It is a unique artifact tied to the soul of a Taoist, an artifact that cannot be taken away even when the Taoist's power is sealed, an artifact whose existence is unknown to anyone but its owner. I understand my words may frighten you, but destiny leaves us no other choice. The path to greatness is arduous and thorny, but with my guidance, you can traverse it much more easily than others. I will show you which books to study first and which techniques to use to avoid suspicion, but all this will come after you create your personal inventory. First, however, you must learn the basics of artifact creation. You will need the following. Huang Lung paused from his writings and finally allowed himself a smirk. If the heavens willed it, the School of the Silver Heron would yet make its mark under this sky. May all its enemies be destroyed. Turgan from the village of Darren looked at me with blatant superiority in his eyes verging on the mockery, clearly already preparing to be feted as the victor. At just under 12 years old,